So what we're going to look at now is the way that we stand around people. So we've looked at from our escalated approach, we've tried using our tactical communication. We might be going to a property where we potentially know the client gets aggressive, or we often have issues with the tenant becoming more aggressive. So how can we stand around them while we're trying to communicate and use our AWOC and our tactical communication? So when we are approaching an individual, a client or a tenant, we know that they have the potential of getting agitated or the potential of being aggressive. We want to set ourselves up for success around the way that we actually stand around them. So in an ideal world, we want to be able to remain or keep about a 1.5 to a 2 metre gap. I don't want to be so far away that now it's just, oh, how's it going? Now it's awkward, right? But I also don't want to be right up in their face, because one, it's probably just going to be weird, and they're probably going to think I'm actually rocking them up even more. So we've created that distance. If need be, we can actually create a bit of space between us. Typically speaking, I don't want to be directly straight on with the client or the tenant. I'm very exposed here. What we want to do is we want to keep our feet hip width apart. We're going to put 1 foot slightly back, and we're just going to turn our feet onto a 45-degree angle. So here I'm still polite, I haven't fully closed off, and I'm not gone into some sort of fight stance. But what I have done is I've created a bit more stability for my feet. So I've set myself up for success if they are going to get agitated to the point that they actually have a crack at me. If I was to stand here and Denise was to push me on the shoulders, all my natural reaction is I'm going to go backwards. What we want to do with our hands is, as we talk about, we want to do all our hand gestures above our waist and below our face. The reason being is if I communicate with my hands in this area, it gives my personal presence, but it also gives the impression that I'm confident in what I'm actually talking about. If I was to stand here and talk to you guys about, cool, so we want our feet to be hip width apart, and we put 1 foot back, and then we tilt to the side. My body language is telling us that I'm not actually confident. By using our hands in this region, it comes across as I'm confident and I know what I'm talking about. So we want to do that with our clients and our tenants as well. So what are we doing? We've created this gap. We've tried using our tactical communication, our AWOC, it's not working, and they actually start to enclose now on us. The international sign, and we call this our picket fence around this area, is from our picket fence, I want to just put my hand up and just tell them to stop. I'm not putting it up directly in their face, because that's potentially going to rough the situation up even more. But I just want to bring it up around my waist, just to make them aware, actually I don't feel comfortable with the space that you've enclosed on me now. If they keep closing in our space, we want to use our back leg as our guide to create distance. So we're going to use our back leg as a guide, because I don't want to turn my back to you, and we're just going to move our foot back and we create space. At the same time, I'm utilising my tactical communications of stop where you are, I don't feel comfortable, stay back. I've got my hand gestures going on of stop, and I'm trying to remove myself from the situation. And potentially maybe there's other people at the open home, or there's a neighbour that they see in the situation, and they can see what our body language is doing to then hopefully maybe come in and help us. And that's just a way that we can set ourselves up for success, particularly if we know we're going into a house where the client has been aggressive before, has history, but we can also adapt our positioning through the conversation as well. You know, they might be a tenant that we know or a client that we get along with really well, but for whatever reason we've come on the wrong day and they start to get agitated. Well, through the conversation I can maybe just naturally create a little bit of space and just set myself up depending on where the situation is going.